Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds. Lawrence?
Buongiorno. What movie is that from?
Inglourious Bastards.
Correct. 10 points, Cody. All right, well, you can follow us at _RealFlick. Okay, never mind. But hey, guys, how you doing? How is everybody today?
Pretty great.
Cody, you're back. You've descended from the highest mountains from Broadway. Come back home. How you doing?
Pretty great. Sorry I missed last week's episode.
I know. Do you have a Lin-Manuel Miranda ponytail yet, or are you still working on it?
I'm working on it.
You're working on it.
My God.
That's good. Josh, what about you? What's up?
I'm doing well.
You're doing well. So we're back and again for a new episode of the Reflex Podcast. Of course, Mason Merritt here, Josh Needle, Cody Redfield. I haven't said your last names in quite a while, so I feel like we need a refresher. But or Code Red, I should say.
Code Red.
Like the Mountain Dew. Anyways,
I've never actually had Code Red Mountain Dew.
Well, that's because the people who have are dead.
Well.
Because it's made out of my blood.
It's made out of battery acid and poor decisions. But anyways. So we do have a little bit of movie news this week. We're gonna hit into Marvel pretty soon. Finish up our retrospective of that before Civil War, and we also have game night coming up just in a little bit. So that'll be fun. But Josh, why don't you get us started? We got a few little dibs and dabs from around the business this week. So what's going on?
All right, so not anything massive, but a bunch of little news bits. We have Jurassic World 2, which I don't think that's what it's called, or Jurassic Park 5, whatever it is. We have a director, so Colin Trevorrow isn't doing it this time.
Oh, no.
And we have J.A. Bayona, who did... What did he do? Let me find out. He did The Orphanage, and he's doing a movie called A Monster's Call, which looks awesome. I don't know if you guys have seen the trailer, but he's an indie type of director. So I don't really know, because the last time we got an indie director, we got Jurassic World, which was fine.
Well, from what I understand, I haven't seen it. I'm kind of tempted to now because it actually looked kind of interesting. The Impossible is like about a hurricane or a flood or something like that. Tom Holland's in it. Ewan McGregor's in it. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you did do that too.
That's a relatively kind of big movie. I mean, maybe not with budget, but just scope, I guess. So
yeah.
Wait, does this movie come out yet? The Monster Calls?
Whatever? No, it's coming out end of the year.
I'm looking at the cast and I'm really digging it.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Liam Neeson as the monster. That's interesting. Felicity Jones. Toby Kebbell. Toby Kebbell and his humongous legs.
Toby Kebbell.
Yeah.
What kind of name is that?
It kind of looks.
He sounds
kind of like.
Why does he sound like a dog food mascot? Toby Kebbell. Like,
it looks kind of like a dark version of like the Big Friendly Giant or the BFG.
Yikes.
So it's like something else.
But yeah, so that he's doing it. I think it's coming out in 2018. Yeah, 2018. And there was also a title.
Ooh.
Yeah,
sort of, not really. I don't know.
They hid the title behind like trees and shit, and apparently a lot of people think it's Jurassic Outbreak,
which is dumb,
or Jurassic Outback Steakhouse, which is interesting.
That would be funny.
That's what I want. It's just like a Food Inc. style documentary about this fake restaurant that's just using up the rest of the dinosaurs.
But the Bloomin' Onion is actually made out of a dinosaur egg, so
exactly,
it's cool. It's cool. I once won a Bloomin' Onion gift certificate at Outback Steakhouse on a bus trip, and I'm just like, nah, I'm all right. I'm good.
Thanks, but no thanks.
There's your tip. I don't want this. But yeah, that's that's kind of the logical place to go because you've done a bunch of stuff on the island, so about time you go kill some people out in the world.
Are they gonna? What I'm afraid of, they're gonna do that thing. There was always the original Jurassic Park 4 was gonna be human dinosaur hybrids.
Cool.
Ooh.
And I feel like they're eventually just gonna do that, and I really don't want them to.
The Velociraptors are actually gonna speak to each other.
Like there was like this concept art with like a weird looking T-Rex humanoid thing holding a gun.
That's awesome.
It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It was like I don't know if I want this. Like that's so weird to me.
I mean, they're absolutely moving towards that direction. Remember the
God.
pterodactyls with T-Rex heads that were abominations?
Yeah, they're doing like interspecies type thing.
You put raptor into it. What a shock!
I don't know. I don't even know if I'm excited for this. I mean, I liked Jurassic World, but I haven't seen it.
Nobody's expecting this to be good, so let's have some fun with it. If they want to play, no.
That's the thing. It's like Jurassic Park.
If we get another scene where they just viciously murder that woman, I'm gonna be pissed because that I'm not a very sensitive person at all. Like I told
that was
guys,
out of nowhere.
I'm cold and unfeeling, but that
was a bit excessive.
I was like, that's horrible. That is
why?
Terrible. You spent how much time did animators spend on that sequence just to show this woman being brutally murdered?
I mean, to be fair, the rest of the movie's pretty tame. I think they had to get it all out somewhere.
I know, but still, that's horrible.
It was just like this one part where they're like, okay, let's torture this person for no reason.
Oh man, that bugged me. I guess some people I think that's funny, so whatever. Ugh, still gross. But
I don't know. I mean, Jurassic Park is one of my favorite movies of all time, so I just feel like the sequel should be at least like in that level. It doesn't have to be as good, but
yeah,
I still want them to be like feel like well-made movies, not like just kind of cheap, by the numbers stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Bayona seems to have a good foundation, so you never know.
Yeah, true.
I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm excited for this. I definitely want to see it because it could be amazing.
There we are.
Yeah.
It just seems like they're getting another indie director that they can kind of have the studio make the movie, and he's just kind of there.
Well, somebody needs to direct Star Wars Episode 10. I mean, God, I'd rather have Bayona dump Trevorrow. That's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a mess.
No, it's not.
It could be.
No, it's not. Ryan Johnson's writing it. We're good.
Oh, you mean other Cody? He literally looks like you. It's weird. It's really weird.
All right, let's settle this.
And he sounds like you.
Maybe it's just like, you're mean. You're a mean person.
How am I mean?
I'm just looking at him right now. There are no flattering pictures of this man.
He's a beautiful man.
He's a smart guy.
He is a wonderful human being. I'm just saying.
I think I could work with this.
I look like Logan Lerman, so can we just we're all tortured here. We all have to deal with things, okay? Logan Lerman is mosquito eyes. But anyways. All right, what's next?
All right, next up.
I just looked up a picture.
Thanks.
All right. Next up, Dwayne Johnson, aka The Rock.
You said his name wrong.
Well, whatever. Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
The Rock Johnson. There you
whatever.
Go.
You can call him whatever I want because he's the greatest human being alive.
Yeah, no one's denying that.
Well, Christopher Walken, but
Nah.
Christopher. Two mice found the bucket of cream. That's okay. But anyways, what's the pebble up to?
Okay. Okay. So
wait, let me guess. Is it a remake?
Yeah.
Is it unnecessary?
Don't pretend you don't know what it is, Mason. Come on.
I do, and it's just God. This guy's whole career is just remakes, man.
No, it's not.
It's franchise Viagra. Didn't you see that SNL skit?
All right. Sorry. Spoiler alert for this piece of news. Jumanji, Baywatch, Journey to the Center of the Earth. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, but he also did Fast and Furious and G.I. Joe.
He did G.I. Joe? Wow.
Yeah, he did the second one and he made it better.
Okay, but yeah, he's doing Jumanji. How do you feel about this, Josh?
I wasn't excited for this movie before, and now I am. So,
who's he gonna play? Is he gonna be the Leons?
I don't care who he plays.
He's gonna be the game board. He'll be the game board. Like, hey, you want to do that? That's a bad move.
Oh, that's monkeys, guys. Come on.
You know who he should play? He should play the Hunter.
I haven't seen that movie in forever, so
you haven't seen it? Oh my!
He was like,
I know I saw it. I haven't seen it in forever though.
Okay.
He's what?
That's the actual antagonist, right? Or is he a good guy? I don't remember.
The Hunter is like the guy that's like chasing him around through the whole movie.
Literally hunting him the whole movie. So the bad guy.
Basically.
There you go.
Bad A. Is Kevin Hart in this too? I can't remember.
That was
I'd rather die.
Yeah. Death would be a better.
The rumor a couple of days ago was that both of them were going to be in it, and then right now it's just The Rock who's confirmed to be in it. But I hope Kevin Hart's in it because I love Kevin Hart because I'm a good human being.
He's got to keep that 7-movie-a-year pace up. So
yeah, absolutely, playing with the same guy every time too.
But yeah, I mean, I actually I think I said it on the show a couple weeks ago, but I only just recently saw Jumanji for the first time, and aside from the terrible ending, I loved it.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like, this movie's only what, like 15, 20 years old. Like, I don't even think it's that old. So yeah. I think it's it's way too soon for one. But if you're gonna do one, this is a way to get me excited for it.
True.
So
you could get hologram Robin Williams back in there.
Could you imagine The Rock with a beard and the long hair? Oh wait,
like Hercules.
That's right.
I can imagine Hercules. Yes or yes? The answer is yes. Cool. Cody, do you have any? Do you care?
I'm mad about it, but I'm not mad enough about it to really do anything. I'm not gonna complain.
That's the American way.
It's just it's completely 100% unnecessary. But what are you gonna do?
True. All right, what else, Joshua?
All right, we're going to go into the world of Marvel for going back later. We got 2 castings for Spider-Man, kind of. Robert Downey Jr. is joining, and Michael Keaton is not. So Tony Stark is going to be in Spider-Man.
For a fascinating reason, we should mention. Did you hear about this?
What?
Michael Keaton bailed because they weren't going to pay him enough.
That doesn't shock me.
That's better than that.
First of all, how much money can Michael Keaton really ask for in this kind of an age? Like, he hasn't been in a humongous, like, ginormous movie since Batman. So how can he...
I mean, he's an Oscar winner.
But still...
Or no, Oscar nominee.
Nobody cares if you're an Oscar nominee or Oscar winner. If your movies are crap, then you still get paid like that. And second of all, it's freaking Marvel. Pony up the cash. Like, you guys make $1 billion without
Marvel.
Sweat. Pay the
thing is, this is nothing new. Marvel has been a stickler with money since they've started.
They're gonna pay RDJ $90 billion.
I mean, they almost lost Robert Downey Jr. years ago because of something like this. They didn't get Joaquin Phoenix because of this. They didn't. I mean, there's multiple stories. I mean,
just pay them.
They don't. They're very cheap. Marvel is notoriously cheap. That's just their thing. God. But you know what? They do good work, and it works for them. So
it's like a rich guy leaving a base tip. It's like, we know you can all do better. So you can do a lot better than 6%. Okay, dude? Just go 10 and shut up. Like, I don't know. That annoys me. What do you guys think?
I don't know who's gonna play, so I can't really be that upset.
But it's Michael Keaton.
I mean, yeah, I was excited, but whoever they get, I'm sure is going to be good too. I don't know, whatever role it is. It's a villain role, so
it's gonna suck anyways. But Cody, what do you think?
You didn't see that, but I just shrugged my shoulders.
Radio.
I don't. It's okay. Mm-hmm. They'll find someone else. Be just as good.
But Michael Keaton.
I don't think Michael Keaton really wants to be in another superhero movie.
Mm.
He made Birdman for a reason.
He's my superhero, though. And our RDJ just seems like weird too.
No.
Why not?
Because he's Robert Downey Jr. and he's amazing.
I know, but except for Civil War, no Marvel guys, they don't really cross paths with each other in the actual movies except for post credits. So
I mean, to be fair, though, people have been complaining about how they don't.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think they're trying to fix that a little bit.
Yeah, they're doing that with Thor. They're doing that with Captain America. They're doing that with Spider-Man now. So we're probably going to see it more often. And it's from what I've heard, Spider-Man and Iron Man kind of have a relationship.
Oh, really? Wow,
that's risky. Civil War. But yeah, they have like a father-son type of thing or something along those lines.
That's just downright creepy. I
don't know.
Under ruse.
And so I feel like it's cool because they're both, they're science people. And maybe Tony makes him a suit, helps him with something. I don't know. But I think it'd be cool. More Iron Man makes Josh happy. So.
You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, so the movie's called Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah.
What if Peter needs a chaperone to the
to the dance?
And you see, like, maybe there's like a threat or something like that, and they know that the bad guy's coming, so it's like, oh, I'm just gonna have my uncle Tony, and he's in like a fake disguise.
He was wearing a mustache. Oh no, he has a goatee.
And then you know what? The villain shows up, and guess what he does? Pulls out the suitcase suit.
Oh my god.
I've written your movie, Marvel.
Oh my god! There's I want now that this is a thing, I want to see a scene where he's underneath the bleachers at the game with Mary Jane or Gwen Stacy, whoever they're gonna do it this time, some new chick. He's about to cop his first feel and kiss her.
Nice.
And then he's just like, hey, and then Iron Man flies in through the bleachers. Hey, we gotta go.
or better yet, since they already did in Guardians of the Galaxy, and we might get some kind of this version of this, Iron Man, Star-Lord dance off. Just whipping and nay-naying, except when he whips, he accidentally uses his blaster and ices a couple of kids. That'd be great.
I'm so excited for the day those two characters eventually do interact.
Cool. Okay. Let's talk about some trailers then.
All right, we got a little bit of a storm of trailers. Before we get to the ones you guys have seen, is Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates, the Red Band trailer. This movie looks like the funniest thing ever. Not really, but I mean, it looks really funny. It's got 4 people that I love. It's got Adam Devine, Zac Efron, Aubrey Plaza, and the greatest woman alive, Anna Kendrick.
Not true. Emma Watson.
Nah, Anna Kendrick's better.
I would probably...
Denied.
Nah.
This is a very subjective argument we're about to have. We should move on because it's never going to end.
It's going to be 6 hours from now. I'll be like, no! Harry Potter deals with... No.
And welcome to the which celebrity we think is cutest.
Yeah, I think this was the beginning of the Social Network. I'm pretty sure. Like, we're acting this out. Great Twitter follow, by the way.
She is.
One of the best.
I think that this looks absolutely hysterical. I really think the chemistry just between Efron and Adam Devine already looks really cool. Yeah, it's a really fun plot too, so I'm really excited.
But have you seen Workaholics?
I've seen a couple like scenes and stuff from it. He looks really funny on it. I want to see the show.
Okay, have you seen the episode where they're in the car? The 3 of them are in the car.
I don't think so.
So the situation is, they can't do a certain thing at work, so they all go into their car to do this thing.
It's doing drugs, right?
No. I'll tell you guys later, but...
Tell us now. Let's get explicit here. Let's go.
Okay, since I heard it in the movie I saw earlier, the 5-finger shuffle...
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
They can't do it at work, so they all go in their car, and they, like, put blankets up to, like, create division.
Oh, my God.
And it's the funniest thing ever. It's these 3 guys in one car. So, before you see the movie, watch that episode. I'll try to find it for you, but...
Jesus.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Mom.
Please don't watch.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell her about this episode. Sorry. Anyways.
That's great. That was hilarious.
All right.
Time.
But yeah, that movie comes out in July. I'm really excited for it. I don't know if you guys have seen any other trailers or anything for it.
I saw a little bit. It looks fun. Adam Devine's great.
Yeah, I love him. Okay, so then the last 2 trailers are The Magnificent Seven. What'd you guys think?
I did watch that. That looked really good.
It looked like a pretty typical Western. Didn't really sway me either way. I mean, seeing Denzel act is always a big plus. But yeah, it looks fine. I didn't get too jazzed about it.
I mean, yeah, it looks like a typical Western, but it looks like a good one. Like, it looks like well done to me. It looks like it just.
There's like a lot of good Westerns. Did you see Jane Got a Gun from this year?
That didn't look that great.
Well, did you see it?
No.
Well, I'm the only person in the world who saw it, Mason.
I might be. I actually really liked it, but
I didn't hear it was that great either.
Unforgiven, 3:10 to Yuma. Well, what's the other one? Not Cowboys and Aliens, that's for sure.
Django?
No,
you can't really count that as a
Southern.
Western.
That's a Southern, my man. Quentin Tarantino said himself. He's like, I hate people calling this a Western. It's not. It's in the freaking South.
Well,
Mississippi.
He's the best.
Quentin, like the many other things that Quentin Tarantino says, it's a Western. I don't care what you say.
That Coen movie, True Grit. So there's been good Westerns, and Of that, it looks fine. It reminds me of High Noon a lot, which is kind of an older flick that I really like. But you know,
Yeah. I don't know.
if anything, I'm excited to see Peter Sarsgaard. He's awesome.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
not acting much, but he's great.
There was, I don't know, for some reason I've like haven't really like known much about this. I've never seen the original.
It's a triple remake, bro. It's like third level
Yeah.
remake.
And then it looks really, I think it looks really cool. I just like the music in the trailer. That was the biggest thing for me.
Oh yeah,
But
what was that song that they used?
I can't remember the name of it, and I have it in my friggin' like phone, and I don't know what the name of it is. But I like the song. It was like a weird like remix of it. But anyway, it looks really fun. It looks kind of epic-ish, but not. It has that like nice balance of like humor, but like badassedness. I like the cast: Chris Pratt, Denzel. It looks really cool. I'm excited for this, and I didn't even know much about it. And I like Anton Fuqua a lot. So
Fuqua.
Oh, House of the Rising Sun.
yes,
There we go. Yeah, that was cool. That's a good cover of it.
Yeah.
Right. Got it just in time. Cool. So what's up next?
And then the last trailer we got is for what's probably going to be the best like action movie of the year. Jason. What do you
Alicia,
guys think?
for no other reason than
Good
to
girl.
see this movie.
She's in that.
She's in the
Well,
trailer.
Guess I'm seeing it.
She's in the movie, she's in the trailer, and she kind of looks like she's got one of those, oh my god, but now he's over there roles that you see in the Bourne movies. They just put hot girls in these really boring environments, so I hope she gets out and does stuff, but even if she's not, Baby Girl and Business Casual will be pretty nice, so
Yeah.
she's great.
Wasn't excited for that movie. Am now.
Oh, great. Looked pretty cool. Still
Yeah.
don't know much about it. I got an idea of what it is. I mean, people are like, oh, it doesn't give away anything of the plot. It's like it kind of it peels back the curtain quite a bit.
It tells you Jason Bourne is back and things are happening. That's all it tells me.
Didn't it? I don't know. Maybe I'm misremembering it, but there was like talked about like a data leak and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, they were talking about things that had happened. This is this is the biggest something since whatever they said, Snowden, I think they said, yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Ooh.
But yeah, I love these movies. Like I said, they're my favorite spy franchise. Sorry, James.
They're more consistent. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Although I haven't seen the fourth one, the Jeremy Renner one.
Yeah, nobody has. So.
Yeah, I don't really do. But I've been really looking forward to this. Paul Greengrass is back. Matt Damon's back. Everyone's back. I'm really excited. It looks like a really cool continuation of the end of the third one. And it looks awesome. There's the one chase sequence thing at the end of the trailer. That was really, really cool looking to me. It looks really intense. And also just that I think we already talked about it when he had the Super Bowl spot, but that scene at the end where he punches the guy on the ground.
Bro.
That
knockout punch though.
That was amazing. Just seeing Matt or Jason Bourne just like be Jason Bourne. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Punching the haters. Go Matt. Go. He's great. But cool. So is that it for trailers?
Yeah, that is it.
All right. Well, then let's move on to one of my favorite segments of the show, Game Night.
Oh boy.
Game Night. So this week we are playing. It doesn't really have a name.
Whoa.
What?
Do we have a theme song for Game Night yet?
I can get one.
We need one.
Maybe I can steal from Family Feud, but
we should do an acapella, and that's our theme song.
Game night.
Game night.
No.
Cut the audio. I want that next time. Let's cut print. We're good.
We're good. We got it. Harmonizing. All right. So this week's game is doesn't really have a title, but it's pretty much it's like Guess Who, pretty much. So we're gonna take a movie. We're gonna give some kind of vaguish hints about what it is. So and then the other person has to guess. So it's the maiden voyage. We'll see how it goes. But Josh, since Cody started last time, you get to start. So you get to pick 1 or 2.
2.
Okay, number 2. This movie is a sequel. This movie was released in the new decade, so 2010 onwards. Has 2 directors and is based off an existing property. And by the way, with this game, you do get 2 guesses. since it is kind of broad.
If he doesn't get it right, do I have the chance to steal?
Sure, why not?
Can you give me a hint as to what based on an existing property means?
It is based on an existing. Can be a remake of a movie, can be a TV show, can be a book, can be.
So
anything.
like was the first one based on something too, or just this one?
Its predecessor was.
Okay.
So your first guess, are you prepared?
I'm gonna say Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Incorrect.
Damn it!
Really? That was my guess.
Notice I said comedy.
Oh,
You said comedy? I didn't hear you say comedy.
I said comedy. Roll the tape.
Oh my god, I know what it is now.
You have one remaining guess.
22 Jump Street.
For the steal. Just kidding, he got it. Woo! Good job, Josh.
Oh.
It's not even
Nailed it.
fair.
Nailed it. How's that? It's fair.
I said if you didn't get it right, it wouldn't have been fair. Because it was. It had to be 22 Jump Street. There's no other option.
Great. Or is there? Cody, your turn.
Okay. Let's do this shit. Hopefully I'll win this time.
You got the crowd behind you. This movie was directed, written by, and starred the same person.
Oh God.
It received multiple Academy Awards for acting, or excuse me, it received multiple Academy Award nominations for acting. It was the first movie to beat The Dark Knight as the #1 movie of that year, and it is a comedy.
It's a comedy.
There's a theme here. I wonder. We don't know yet, obviously, but we'll see if Josh has followed the same thing. You never know. Do you need any of those again?
God, yeah, all of them.
Okay.
No,
So-
written, directed, and starring.
Yeah, I'll start it over. You can give you time to think. Written, directed, and starring the same person. It was the first movie to overtake The Dark Knight at #1 at the weekly box office when it was released. And it is a comedy, and it received multiple Academy Award nominations for acting.
Oh boy.
You have
For
two
acting.
guesses. You have 2 guesses.
Oh gosh. I have no idea what it could even pretend to be. Any more hints you can throw at me at all?
Let's see. It is a spoof of a documentary.
Spoof of a documentary.
It's actually, come to think of it, it might be one that I think you might have mentioned it before.
I have mentioned it before.
What it's sort of spoofing. Yeah.
It's not a sequel or anything, right?
No.
Is it Tropic Thunder?
Correct.
What?
Got it.
Yes.
Correct. Poor Cody. Congratulations.
Whew.
Good job. I'm proud of you. Very proud. And it's actually, I think I lied a little bit on accident. Okay, it only received 1 Academy Award nomination for acting, and that was Robert Downey Jr. So, if we're splitting hairs, then
He was rough.
but
I get
great job.
double the points then.
That was, no, but good job. Very excellent job. All right, Josh. So you've seen how I did it. So
Yep.
my turn. Let's
Okay.
lay it on me. Lay it on
All
me.
right.
I hope it's a comedy.
All right.
We'll see.
How many hints can I give you? 3?
You can give as many as you want
Okay.
without like spoon feeding it to me.
That's saying the title.
Yeah.
And can any of the hints be like plot related, or is it all just like technical stuff?
I feel like plot related might be too much.
Okay.
So just like technical stuff, context, background, maybe some of
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Great.
This movie is based on a beloved property.
Okay.
It is somewhat divisive among fans of said property.
Okay. So that rules out any movie. That that rules out Man of Steel for sure. So
It is
I think it's
directed by someone who is primarily known for action movies.
You're gonna have to give me something more malleable, because this is a lot of like public opinion.
Okay.
like release range, stuff like that.
It was released within the last. It was released in the 2010s
Okay.
or 2000s, not 2010s. And it was. Hold on, let me check this really, really quickly.
Okay, where he's checking it. I've kind of got an idea at the moment.
I'll give you one more hint and then you can guess.
Okay. Ooh, this better be a good hint.
It was nominated for 3 Academy Awards.
Okay. So it was released within the last few years, so like 3 or 4?
It was released in the 2000s.
It was released in 2000s. Okay,
Yeah.
so the director did a lot of action. So I'm assuming this is an action movie because it's part of a franchisal. He's been doing a lot of action. It's divisive among fans. That's interesting. Because now I'm leaning Transformers. Is there any other hint that you can give me? Because these are all like kind of fairly broad.
What property is it based on?
Yeah. Yeah.
It is a property that is pre 2000s.
Okay.
No, I'll go even further. It's a property pre 90s.
Pre-90s.
Oh.
Oh boy. Okay, so. Oh no. Okay, first guess. Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
No.
Damn it! Damn it! This is hard. Ah! Oh shit. Okay, so it was released in the last few years. Action director before the 80s.
For the 90s.
For the 90s, so it's in the 80s. You tipped your cap there. See what I did?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I did? Oh man. Shit. Predators. I have no idea.
Nope, the answer is Transformers. You had it
Why
before.
did you
it!
say
Oh, son of-
Transformers? Predators. Nobody saw Predators. Nobody thinks of
I don't
Predators.
know. Damn it! Come on. Does it matter?
No, the first one.
Shit! Oh my god! I literally said
You
Transformers.
did.
Oh,
Oh, buddy.
hate myself. Oh wow.
That was
Always-
just sad.
I'm pissed.
That's not even funny at this point. It's kind of sad.
My life is just such a tragedy. Wow.
When
damn
you said it, when you said I'm leaning Transformers, I tried so hard not to laugh. Like, oh my god.
Sounds like God. Oh wow, I'm upset. Whew. Whew. I need to calm down. Yeah. So, to recap this week's game night, Josh and Cody both picked up points, and I went home with a goose egg. Well, I'm already home, but anyways,
We're
Actually-
tied now, Mason.
let's see. Yeah, let's see the standings. Actually, a question is, I feel like that'd be 2. You know what? Never mind. I was gonna say we could count our box office stuff into the equation.
Oh God, that's not even fair.
Exactly. So we're not going to do that. But game night standings. Here we go. I currently have 1 point. Or yes, 1 point. Cody, you have 1 point,
Ooh.
and Josh has 2 points.
Yay.
Know what we're playing for?
We're playing for a prize.
Can you tell me what the prize is?
Do
Do you know what the prize is?
a gift card to Regal Cinemas, maybe.
Woo!
I already work there. I don't need a gift card.
Oh, then you can just give it to me.
Yeah,
Sure.
Cody wins.
Alright,
Last
good
game
game,
night.
everybody.
No,
All right, play the outro music.
I don't even know what's going to be this week. We'll find out. We'll find out in a few minutes. But all right, cool. So let's get started. Off on a pretty note. Iron Man 3.
Oh God, I'm not looking forward to this discussion.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot
I
of
am.
sing, a lot of sighing, a lot of deep sighs. So, Josh, since we all know your position, so let's just get it started for us. Iron Man 3, break
Like-
it down.
This movie rocks.
Ugh.
This movie's awesome.
Far
It's
from
so much fun. I think the twist is really cool. I think that the humor is done a little over much sometimes, but overall it's really funny. I think it's Robert Downey Jr.'s best performance to date in any of these movies.
Okay.
I think
Not
it's
in every movie.
no, and as Iron Man.
Great.
And I think that the action is some of the best Marvels ever put together. The big third act set piece is awesome. The Tony Stark's house getting blown up scene is amazing. The musical score by Brian Tyler is so underrated. It's awesome. It's such a fun movie. The villain is really cool. Not perfect, but
Which one?
both of them. It's really fun. The whole Mandarin facade mixed with Aldrich Killian as a character and how it works all in all. It's so cool. It's so fresh for the universe. Everyone complains, oh, Marvel does the same thing over and over again. They did something different and people didn't like it. So there's that.
Good reason.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. It's such a fun movie. I love it. It gets better and better every time I watch it. And I adore this movie. It's one of my favorite Marvel movies.
Amazing. Cody, thoughts?
It's not good. I don't like it. I don't like the plot. I don't like the villain. Both of them. Okay, let me amend that. I like the Mandarin up until Trevor shows up. Because that's the stupidest twist in the entire world.
Thank you.
Making Ben Kingsley play an actual, I'm not going to say the word. I was going to say that. Idiot. But, like, oh my God. He's just, oh my God.
But the thing is, like, it's Ben Kingsley does such a good job, like, as the Trevor character.
I don't like that part of the movie, though.
Okay.
Yeah, he does a great job as it because he's a great actor. But, yeah, and then you have that whole Pepper Potts subplot becoming an empowered woman. It feels so super forced. I don't hate women. I feel like it's doing more harm than good, forcing an empowered woman in your movie.
Get him.
Uh,
So to continue the conversation that George and I had last week, I gave this movie a shot. I really did. I watched it. It was fine, having a decent time. But then I started getting mad. And I started getting annoyed. I was like, you know what? This film's so great. I cannot wait for them to just toss them aside like garbage. And they did. And then I turned it off. I agree with you, Josh. I like taking risks. You talked about that a little bit. The movie is not your typical Marvel fare most of the time. Other times it is. They do some different stuff. You know, they desuit Tony. They kind of take the Dark Knight Rises approach, where it's like, well, he's not Batman, he's not Iron Man anymore. They do all that stuff, and they throw the villain twist at you. It's actually a lot like Dark Knight Rises. Come to think of it, interesting.
Came out first. Dark Knight came out first.
Yeah,
okay.
that was a year before. Not that they were like, oh my gosh, because they were already shooting and writing. And all.
Yeah. There's no way that they did that. But
It's weird. Funny little coincidence, but the fact that the villain just doesn't work. They set it up very excellent. It's a great setup. We finally get a Marvel villain that's like intimidating. It's like, I am the teacher. Like, that's great. That's good stuff. But then, so to kind of cast that aside into what is more or less a joke, when you set up such kind of a foreboding, kind of cool presence, and then it's just like, he's just kidding. It's actually this guy that you saw earlier that has the motivation and personality of a wet shoe.
Wait, wasn't he a villain because Tony didn't come and see him at a party?
Who cares?
Or something?
It's freaking.
I'm trying to find out what his motivations were, and then he got good-looking and successful, and now he's mad at Tony and wants to steal Pepper Potts.
Josh, you want to know what this movie reminds me of?
Go for it.
Academy Award nominee, Batman Forever. Don't even try to tell me that it's not, because Jim Carrey and Guy Pearce have the same character. They want to be Bruce Wayne / Tony's best friend, and then he doesn't want to be their friend. He kind of shuts him down, and then they get mad and they go do villain stuff.
The difference is Iron Man 3 does it well.
No, it doesn't. It does
yes,
the same
does.
thing. It does the same thing.
You can do the same thing and do it well or do it poorly.
How does it do it well, though? Like, break that down.
Because the character is likable. He's interesting. He's charming. He's well acted and not a cartoon. He's
Is he
fun.
though? The guy's just hanging around drunk watching like watching soccer.
Like Jim Carrey's Edward Nygma is terrible and an abysmal piece of garbage. Whereas Guy Pearce's Aldrich Killian character is awesome and charming, and I really enjoy watching him on screen. His back and forth with both Pepper and Tony is really fun to watch. I love it's easy like a strong villain presence. Not great, but he's solid. But it's really about him. What's the word? His kind of pulling the strings kind of thing. That's just what I like about him. And like you were saying, Cody, I love agree with both of you. The whole Mandarin that they had setting up, the Mandarin they were set up at the beginning with the whole "you'll never see me coming" type of thing.
Great, that's so cool.
Yeah, that character was awesome. I love that character. But when it's more about, and the thing is, this is a lot of times I'll be like, I don't get why people don't like this movie. Or it's like, comic book fans just, this is different than the comics. Get over it. This is one of the few times where I'm like, I get it, and I completely understand people don't like this movie, and I get why, but it works for me. But that character, I thought that character was awesome. But when you take a step back and look at the whole thing as a whole, instead of going along with it for the ride, well, actually, I take that back. It's like you're on this ride, which is Iron Man 3, and it gets to a point, and you either have to go with it, or you're just like, no, I'm out. And for me, it's you go with it. Just go with it, because otherwise you're not going to enjoy it. Just let yourself get invested in it and go with it, see where it goes.
Hey, that's great. But if you feel like the whole twist just sort of was a slap in the face to the rest of the movie, then there's really, you kind of want to, pull the evac and just fly out of there.
I didn't think it was, though, because I think it set up what the rest of the movie was well.
Which is what? Just kind of a basic, bad guy. Like, it's just, it makes such strange choices. And it seemed like Shane Black was just like, I don't care about anything.
See, I think
Shane Black, yo.
I really liked and I also loved some of the dialogue in this movie. I think it's probably one of the most sharply written Marvel movies.
Yeah, there's the jokes
dialogue.
Yeah. What was it when he talks to Kid Harley? It's like, "Dad's leave, get over it."
Yeah, he's like, he says, "Quit being a pussy about it," and that line killed me.
Yeah, that's funny. I like that stuff. I like Tony Stark's when he talks, except for that scene where he's waiting for his wrist suit to get here.
Yeah,
it takes way too long. That joke does not pay off.
I have a couple problems with the movie. Obviously, it's not perfect. But there's a couple things. The whole Tony keep not being like fake using the suit, where he was in a trailer or something.
Yeah.
And, robot piloting the suit. Like that part where the awesome plane rescue scene, which is then followed by revealing that it's not actually Tony in the suit. That cheapened the moment a little for me.
Yeah.
Just things like that bothered me. And then there was one other thing. Some of the humor where it's just kind of it's a little too much, right after something, spoiler alert, when Pepper dies but doesn't really die. When Pepper falls off the edge, a minute later, Tony cracks a one-liner, and it's that's not when you do something like that.
Well, you don't know me very well. That's all I do.
And I actually do wish Pepper had actually died, because I actually felt really into that moment, and I thought it was effective and would have made the movie even more effective emotionally. But those are my only really major gripes with it. Aldrich Killian, the whole, he left him at a party once. He stood him up, and he, got powerful and rich one day, and, is jealous. I mean, to me, he's the better version of
Stop. Don't say it.
Forgetting the name because he's such a forgettable character.
Okay, good.
What's his name? It's Iron Man 2 villain.
Don't even dare.
Yeah.
Whiplash is way cooler.
No, I'm not talking about Whiplash. Although
the other one,
Justin Hammer.
Justin Hammer. He blows Justin Hammer out of the water. He's the better version of Justin Hammer.
Justin
He's everything.
Hammer's hysterical though.
He's everything Justin Hammer should have been.
Oh, God.
In fact, I even say Iron Man 3 is what Iron Man 2 should have been, because things happen in Iron Man 3.
Nothing. No. Okay, yeah, things happen in Iron Man 3, but
with no consequences.
Exactly. Everybody lives. Everybody's
There's an arc. There's an arc to Iron Man 3.
And
Iron Man 2.
Tony retires.
And then he's right back in the next movie.
Right back in the next movie.
It's not about giving up Iron Man, although they could have done better with that.
That's what the ending's about, though.
No, it's not. It was about kind of proving to Pepper, sort of, kind of setting a grievance with Pepper.
Mm.
And I don't know. It worked for me. I enjoy the hell out of this movie. But I mean, again, I get why people hate it. I really understand why people hate it. It's not for everybody. It's not for every Marvel fan. It's not for every Iron Man fan. It's not for every comic book fan. It's not for any person, period. But it works for me.
Mm.
And I love it.
I'll end it with, the only thing I have left to say is it could have been great, but the movie keeps itself. Then the movie just like Shane Black, he kept this movie back from, I think, being one of the better entries, because the foundation's there, but it's just he kind of kicks it to the side as soon as he decides to just screw it, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do, when that's not really what the movie called for, I don't think. And then the ending, I thought the ending was really stupid. It's just a giant, like an insane amount of Iron Man suits. It
was awesome.
That's too much.
So much fun.
Nothing happened. Nothing.
It's one of my favorite action scenes in all the Marvel movies. Really, in any superhero movie, to be honest.
Too much. But I also like how they deal with Tony reacting to the Avengers. That was actually cool.
Yeah, that was a cool subplot. I'll agree.
I like that. I just wish they kind of followed through with it.
Yeah, they kept it going instead of having that one scene right at the beginning with the kid. What happened in the wormhole? I don't know why he sounds like a demon, but
wait, no, that's not the kid from Insidious. That's because Harley is his name. Yeah, he's from Insidious. I really like the kid in the movie.
Yeah, he's an okay actor. I like him too.
I liked him and his whole back and forth with Tony. I thought that was fun.
Cody, some thoughts.
Some thoughts about
just in general. Like, how do you think about the movie?
It's just wasted potential, like you guys said. It's a movie that when I first saw it, like Mason said, I'm sorry, Josh. I know you love this movie. When I first saw this movie, I thought I liked it. And then as time goes on, you realize that it was garbage. Nothing happened. All of its stakes was undone by its sequel. And it's just not fun. I don't like watching it. I'm not going to watch that movie again unless I have to.
Even then, death might be preferable. Sorry, I had to. Great. So let's give a grade here. Josh, we'll start with you.
I'm gonna go 9.
Really? I thought you'd go 9.5.
It's great. It has some problems, but I love it.
Fascinating. All right, Cody.
I'm gonna throw it a 4.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 4.
You monsters.
Combined, we're only about a half a point under you, so I feel like that's kind of
nice.
Great. So let's move on to another disappointment. Thor: The Dark World. I'm going to start off here because I feel like I'm the quickest. It sucks.
Can I go next?
Yeah, sure.
It sucks.
Josh?
I like it.
Oh,
God.
It's so boring.
It's so freaking boring.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happens.
It's a fun movie. The villain sucks, but the movie's fun.
Exactly. The villain sucks. Kat Dennings is the most insufferable human.
She's so fun.
She's better in this one. I will say she's better in this one. Hated the scientist in this one.
I thought she was a million times worse. But you know what? The movie starts off great. Like that opening battle action sequence, that's freaking fantastic. When they're just in that forest and Thor's just slamming dudes and
awesome.
What's her face? I'm looking it up. I can't find it. Jamie Alexander. Yeah, Sif.
Yes.
She's wrecking dudes and they're just hashtag killing it. And then everything else happens, and it's just.
And then we go to Earth.
Oh my God, Loki's doing something nefarious. Oh wow, what an amazing. Oh my gosh, and then it's just I can barely remember this, but the things I do remember just they anger me. Like it's such a slog to get through. It's like, okay, oh my God, I remember sitting in the theater watching this. It was a full house, and the audience, they might have well been watching a beheading video by their reactions. Like, no, it got one laugh. Like that, literally
Really?
one laugh.
Oh wow!
And it was a full house. One laugh when can't remember the scene exactly, but like Thor was walking into that kitchen or something,
and he puts the hammer on the rack.
Yeah,
that's funny.
That's
I love
literally all the people laughed about. It's just, and the whole like double crossing with Loki and Thor, and then when they like work together, and it's like I cut his hand off. No, I didn't.
That scene was awesome. That got me for a second.
I thought that was ridiculous,
That was
but
great.
and just it's just everything's CGI. It's 90,000,000% CGI. Nothing's practical, and there's that scene where like the spaceship crashes into something, like it just crashes
a
into
bunch of
Asgard.
pillars and nothing happens. So those pillars were obviously just for decoration.
Yeah, like Malekith, and oh my God, these movies. If another movie starts out with long ago, according to the prophecy, there were the Shargnauts, and the Shargnauts needed to recover the Grumstones. Like,
What are Shargnauts
like
and
when they have,
Grumstones?
I'm making it up, but they like when they have that opening title sequence.
Really?
Yeah, I'm creative.
Was that all improv?
That was improv.
Wow.
Wow, you would never have guessed. But like when movies start off with like, here's everything you need to know, either go Lord of the Rings and show the stuff happening, or don't bother. Like it's just, it's as much as I liked Thor, this movie just completely it went. Hey, here's the things you like that we're gonna do a little bit less, but here's the thing you hated that we're gonna do a hell of a lot more. Like Kat Dennings. I mean, the ending battles, the ending like sequence or whatever with like the portal thing, that was fun. That was an interesting little twist, but just everything else was boring. I mean, yeah, you're gonna get some good stuff from Hemsworth and what's his face, Hiddleston. But other than that, it's just I feel nothing about this movie. I feel nothing. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So, Josh, get your thoughts.
It's fun. I think it's fun. I think the performances are all great. I think.
I bet you like to go to the dentist too.
Yeah. Well.
I actually don't mind going to the dentist.
They give me candy afterward. But
Defeats the purpose. I had had this one. Like,
but yeah, I think Thor 2 is fun. It's not like it's probably near the very low end of the Marvel movies, but I think it's a really fun movie. I think there's actually one scene in it that I really love. Every scene with the Thor movies have really made great Loki scenes. I love the Loki character. I think Tom Hiddleston does a great job. There's one scene where after Thor's mom dies, someone actually dies. They don't come back.
Oh wow, his mom, because she was a huge piece.
The thing is though, there's that one scene before she dies. She's like a badass. She's kicking all the Malekith, whatever's like all the elves. Like she's like kicking ass. She's awesome.
So you mean they developed her character just so she could die?
Pretty much.
So weird.
But yeah, I thought it was she was cool. And then after she dies, there's this scene where Loki, he's in prison. But when he finds out, like for the first time, like we've always seen Loki like messing with people, but we've never like actually seen him like legitimately like angry. And there's this scene where he's just like he's in his jail cell and he like just you can see this like rage. He just goes into this like fit of rage and like just like is about to start wrecking stuff in his cell. And then you see like that facade he's putting on, like he's pretending to be all clean kept and nice, and then it's revealed that he's like completely like disheveled on the floor of his cell when Thor comes to talk to him. That's stuff like that I love in the movie. And then I mean everything else is just like it's a fun kind of adventure, space opera-ish type of thing. Everything that's not on Earth, which is a lot more of than in the first one, is really cool. Really fun. We get to go to different realms. And I mean, even the stuff that's on Earth, at least towards the end of the movie with the big battle, that's really cool. And also, just like the first one, I like the music a lot. It's a really cool movie. I think the effects look fine. Yeah, a lot of it's CG, but it looks fine. It works. A lot of the stuff, like how are you going to do a lot of this stuff practically? Although that monster at the beginning of the movie that Thor is like messing with, when he like smashes him, it's like a giant rock monster. You know what I'm talking about?
I heard rock lobster.
There's a rock monster.
a rock lobster. Yeah, there's this giant rock monster at the beginning of like it looks really fake. But other than that, I think the effects look good. Overall, I think it's a really fun movie. It's not like anything amazing, but it's a fun sequel. I hope the next one is better. That's all I can really say about it.
Kind of jumping off what you said earlier about developing a female character only to kill her. If that's the case, Black Widow is gonna get Jurassic Worlded pretty soon.
Oh yeah, she's
so. But
she's
Cody,
done.
yeah, Cody, what about what say you?
It's just so boring. Again, we have no consequences for anything that happens in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Not a thing.
Didn't they get like a stone or something?
No, maybe they got. Did they get an Infinity Stone out of this?
Yeah.
Cool.
There we go. Thanks for the 2-hour movie. It's just one big setup that we didn't need.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been an after credits. I don't know. It's just I did not have fun with this movie. There was a lot of just running around. I feel like Natalie Portman and Chris Hemsworth have no chemistry.
They don't.
Yeah,
Like,
they
I
dumped
feel
her.
like they actually hate each other.
They dumped her for the next movie.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
I just
Yeah.
now the villain was completely forgettable.
Yeah.
That
Might be generous, actually.
I forgot his name until you mentioned it.
Yeah, Malekith sucks. He's the worst part of the movie. He sucks.
I can't even picture him in my head. Like I keep thinking of the guy with the weird lip stuff from Guardians. Like,
I think wasn't the villain played by
Oh,
like,
he was the creepy elf guy. Oh, he sucked.
wasn't the villain played by Chris Eccleston or whatever his name is?
Yes.
Like that's a complete waste of talent. Because he's a good actor.
I have no idea who that is. So
Have you ever watched Doctor Who?
no, I have not.
Well, don't. But he's in it. He's pretty good. Have you ever seen 28 Days Later?
Yes, love that movie.
He is I think he's the army captain. Or the,
Oh, okay.
I think he's either the guy that gets his eyes gouged out.
Nice.
Or spoilers.
I've got the movie on Blu-ray, so you're
For
tempting me to watch it.
Watch it.
12-year-old
It's great.
movie.
Should.
It is a really good movie.
It's the best zombie movie ever.
He's definitely one of the army guys.
Mm-hmm.
He's all right. I forgot where I was going with that. Yeah, waste of talent.
Yeah, I feel like speaking of waste of talent, I always felt like Loki just didn't need to be in this movie because like we've gotten his story. Like we know like he started off in the first Thor and then the Avengers. Like that's Loki. He's jealous and he wants to take back the crown. He tries to and then he gets beat.
But that's his thing. It's like he's just always getting under people's skin. That's Loki. He's not gonna just he's not just gonna go away.
Well, how many times are you gonna do that? Like
it's all. I think it's cool because especially at the end of this movie where he is revealed to have done something to his father. So I mean, we don't know if the king is dead or he just like did something with him, but he's pretending to be the king, and that's really awesome. I think it's a really cool way to end it. So.
I feel like these are sort of the odd. That this movie's just the odd man out. It's just.
I feel like all of the Thor movies are just the odd man out.
Yeah, I think
it's a bit too fantasy. For the
but I like that.
movies.
I think that's what they do well, though. It's because they kind of expand the genres a bit. They kind of do different types of things in different, areas. Mm-hmm. Like Guardians is like a space opera. Ant-Man's a heist. This is a fantasy type of thing. So.
Yeah, they all do different things. Just I feel like this one just. It just doesn't feel like it matters. I don't know when you're that far away from everything. Yeah, exactly.
Because did they even mention once? Oh, remember that weird portal thing in England?
Yeah.
Yeah, me neither. Thor was here, I guess. Cool. All right.
Stellan Skarsgård was great, by the way. I feel like we should mention that. He's the scientist with the raspy voice. I just love him.
Old guy? I didn't like him in that.
Really?
No, they tried to pawn him off as comedic relief, and we already had one of those characters.
And who was doing it poorly. All right, let's grade it up.
I thought that scene where he's in the room teaching people, and he's like mentally messed up. That was funny.
That's what I was talking about. I like that.
Yeah.
That was good stuff. All right, let's move on. Grades. Josh.
I'm going to go 7.5.
Oof. I'm going to go 3. 3.
Oh, shit. I'm going to give it a 5.
Okay, so you're sort of stuck in the middle. All right. Okay, up next is a movie we talked about at length, so we'll keep it relatively brief. Captain America, The Winter Soldier.
The only movie from Phase 2 that actually matters.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Other than, like, Guardians, but...
Well, I won't go
I don't
that
know,
far.
the only one that actually had stakes so far.
That's true.
Like, think about it. This is the only one that had any impact on the greater story, except for maybe Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. I buy that.
None of the other ones
Iron Man 3 didn't, because they just kind of scattered. Well, did they?
I mean, because it's not. That was a standalone story.
But but by Avengers, which is kind of the coup de grace, and that's when everything comes together. By Avengers, he was same old Tony. Yeah, inexplicably. Yeah. it's definitely the best one, the best out of the batch, I think.
Oh yes, yes.
Like it's just you can feel it. As much as I, we've talked about this at length. So go to our top 5 comic book movie episodes for more elaborate thoughts. But the ending kind of bugs me, where it's like, oh, we're just gonna crash some stuff, and it's me, Steve, Bucky, it's me, Steve. Even though he's brainwashed, which I hate that cliche. Like, yeah, that I could live without that. But everything else is great. It's a fun freaking movie. So good.
Love this movie.
Best action by far of anything that Marvel's done. It's just
And if they keep it up, Captain America is definitely the best, most consistently good movie maker out of all of these.
Absolutely.
superheroes.
Absolutely. Any more that you guys want to bring to this?
Yeah, it's just, I mean, like I said before, I mean, this is my second favorite superhero movie of all time. It's
Right behind Amazing Spider-Man 2.
That movie's in the garbage. It's incredible. It's one of my favorite movies. It's phenomenal. The action is just the hand-to-hand fights.
Mm-hmm.
They're so cool. They are so well done with the knife fight with Bucky and Steve.
The elevator scene.
The elevator scene is
Oh my
amazing.
god!
Before
You
we
guys
get
remember
started,
the first trailer for that movie when it was just that scene,
Yes.
and it was so great,
and it
Yeah,
didn't
that was
ruin the
cool.
movie at all. 'Cause
and
it was so
there was
freaking
no
cool.
plot in there, and there was just, oh hey,
So great.
Captain
And also-
America is amazing.
Before this gets started, anybody want to leave? I love that. No,
And also,
that movie needed to be made for that scene. Like it's
Exactly.
so freaking cool.
and it has this really cool soundtrack with like this techno type thing, by Henry Jackman, who I love. And it's really fun. It's just so intense. And it has this really spy thriller element to it with the Hydra thing.
Mhm.
It's so cool. And I love how it affects the whole universe as a whole.
Yes.
It's so cool.
See, when these
such a-
movies bother to do so, they're usually for
They're great.
the better. Yeah.
Hmm.
But when they Thor the Dark World it up, then it's just, well, if I think Infinity Stones, that's not enough. You can gather as many Infinity Stones as you want, but I want in the next movie, in the next Avengers movie or whatever, I want to feel like things are different. And not many people have done that. So not many movies have done that. But Cody, any final thoughts? So we gotta move on a little bit.
I love this movie. I'm gonna buy it.
Nice. I still need to, by the way. Thanks for the reminder. All right, great, Josh.
10.
Boom. I'm gonna go 8. 8. Cody.
Monster. It's a 10.
Nice. Nice. I'm telling you, man. I don't know why, but that whole brainwashed person being yelled at to remember them. I don't know.
Takes it down.
Takes it down. It really does. It's unfair, but it does.
I don't know. It works for me. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's
All
like,
right.
It emotionally gets me.
Guardians
Oh,
of the Galaxy. Cody, we'll start with you.
I love this movie. I absolutely adore everything about this movie. I love Chris Pratt. I love especially Chris Pratt, but I love the whole cast. Everybody's amazing in it. The story's nice and fun. It's light. It's not too dark and heavy. I love watching this movie. Whenever you go back and watch it again, you're just like, I'm so happy. Whenever what's it called comes up, that Hooked on a Feeling. Whenever that shows up, I have that on my phone.
Yeah.
Whenever it comes out, I have to belt it.
Same.
I have to. There's no way you can't do it.
When
It's
you
just-
hold me in your arms so tight, you let me know. Anyways.
everything's up. Sorry. I'm hooked on a feeling.
Indeed.
What more can I say? I love everything about it. The villain is all right.
Mm,
He might be the actual worst part of the movie, but
probably.
just because he suffers from forgettable villain too.
He reminds me a lot of the villain in the first Star Trek movie.
Savage. Never
He's
seen
just-
it.
It's
The-
not Savage. That's
no,
a
the
really
two-
good movie.
The 2009 one?
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, it's just like he's just kind of there for the plot.
I could see that. Yeah, that's actually a really good comparison.
Yeah, so I mean, really, what these movies are built around is like, let's make the heroes and the protagonists and their whole supporting crew so compelling that people don't even want to know about the villain, and sometimes it works. Like with this,
Yep.
like these guys are so fun and it's so different that I don't care as much about the villain. He still sucks and that still takes away from the movie. But hey, man, it's you got a raccoon running around. doing stuff. Cute little trash panda.
That's awesome.
Cute little trash panda. That's right.
He's great.
Um,
Vin Diesel is even good in this movie.
Mhm.
Vin Diesel is great.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper this movie, it needed to be made just for that. Like
Exactly.
that's the
But he did
only
voice a raccoon.
really. It's so cool. Also Michael Rooker. I don't know if you guys know him, but
Yeah, he's from Walking Dead.
Yeah, he's great.
he's a bit player. He gets around. Love him. He's got a really good voice too. And but the fact of the matter is they did completely waste John C. Reilly and Benicio del Toro. So
Well, I'm
that
sure
kinda-
Benicio's going to come back.
Nah, in the next one.
Well, eventually.
Yeah, but
He's in possession of an Infinity Stone, isn't he?
that's true. And Howard the
Yeah.
Duck. So
So he'll come back. He'll
I mean,
definitely come back.
we got
but
to see Benicio del Toro in that cape get up with the hair, so that's enough for me.
my headcanon is that is actually the same character from Sicario, just a few years down the line.
amazing.
How
Whose
did he
family's
get-
gonna just completely slaughter this time now?
How did he
Gonna
get
get-
there?
Howard the Duck. He was abducted.
His character from Star Wars.
He became his character from Star Wars. Who brought him over here?
But he had his mind erased. His character from Usual Suspects had his mind erased. Because then, I don't know. There's a Del Toro cinematic universe somewhere.
There's a Delta's DT or
DCU. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Jesus.
Okay, let's talk about the humor of the movie. The fact that this movie ends is in a dance-off is pretty great. They kind of dip their toe into the whole "we're gonna destroy the city" thing, but they play it off and kind of they skip around it pretty nicely, I think. And then again, another cliche is the killing the lovable sidekick that he sacrificed himself for. That's another kind of cliche, but the fact of the matter is seeing Rocket crying kind of made up for it because it's so cute and it made me so emotional.
Sad.
Good stuff. And then pretty much the plot is enforced by somebody drunk dialing. That's pretty funny. It's a very silly movie. Very silly, and I like it for that.
Isn't there a line in this movie like "We're the Guardians of the Galaxy, bitch"?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bunch of assholes. That's great. And I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but this is actually one of the most, and I think it's like top 3 or top 4 most expensive Marvel movies.
That doesn't
Makes
shock me.
sense.
Yeah, before taxes, it was $230 million. Yeah, but they got tax credits to shoot in Georgia and stuff like that.
Oh, good.
They gave it to a first-time director. Good stuff. So,
It wasn't a first-time director. James Gunn.
first time big director. You know.
First time
Yeah.
good director.
Maybe. I've yet to see.
I haven't seen anything else he
Don't have
made.
much interest.
I like him.
I'm
He's
sorry,
a better.
James.
He's a better writer.
Sure,
But
what are some other thoughts, you guys?
this movie's awesome. This movie's amazing. Just everything. All the characters are so just lovable from the second you see them. They're perfectly cast. The makeup and the visuals and everything just looks so cool. It's like a lot of people said this is kind of a modern day Star Wars.
No.
No,
you
go that far.
Stop. Bad.
It is.
We have a modern day Star Wars.
It's called Star Wars.
Boom.
No, I mean like it's kind of like a space opera for a new generation.
Yeah, I know.
But it is, and I think it's just such a fun ride. It's one of my favorite Marvel movies. It's hilarious. It's definitely their funniest movie. It's probably their most well written movie, in terms of just like dialogue. Story wise, it's fine. And then the villain's fine. But everything is just the music. I have the soundtrack. I listen to it all the time. It's one of the best soundtracks in recent memory.
Mhm.
It's awesome. Just everything about this movie. It's so much fun, and it's one of the most rewatchable like comic book movies ever. Really.
How many times have you guys seen it, do you think?
Probably like 10, 15 times,
I
honestly.
can't
Really?
put a number on it, but I own it, so that should say something.
Oh,
Yeah, I have it too.
I've seen it. I still haven't seen it again since the theaters. Sorry, but I don't rewatch Marvel movies really. But yeah, I'd say for me personally, the only soundtrack I think you can compare this to would probably be Wolf of Wall Street. But
And this is a better movie, so
no,
yeah.
Cody,
Savage.
Cody, you need deciding vote here.
I can't. No. I didn't watch all of Wolf of Wall Street. I couldn't finish it, so I'm not
Yeah,
willing
because it
to.
wasn't that good.
I was distracted.
How dare you? Wolf of Wall Street's fucking great.
It's great for 2 hours.
I'll tell you why I was
It's pretty much.
distracted.
Do you like
later.
Goodfellas?
I haven't seen it.
Goodfellas was so great.
Mm.
But I will say that last scene where crap, what's his name? Ray Liotta. Spoilers, Josh. I'm sorry. Is on trial, and he looks right to the camera and just straight up does the DiCaprio. Like, all right, you can see the inspiration.
Yeah, good stuff.
But yeah, I'm not willing to cast that vote.
Okay, well,
We'll let
check
our
back.
fans do it.
Yeah, we'll check back in.
Did they come
All
out the same year? I was trying.
No, year apart.
Okay.
Did I tell you I saw Wolf of Wall Street and there were literally nuns in the theater, and there was an
really?
There were 2 nuns. I swear to God, there were 2 nuns, and there was an old couple who were having a freaking great time. They were.
Were the nuns into it?
I couldn't look.
My
I just couldn't. I couldn't. I feel like that
Because
would be
straight up though. My great aunt is a
Mhm.
nun.
Really.
Yeah, and she's awesome.
Hmm.
So nuns can have fun. I've seen her drink a lot.
Wow.
So
Are you sure she's a nun and she just doesn't look black?
she's Sister Pat. I'm well aware.
Amazing.
My grandmother, she saw the Wolf of
Nun
Wall
Talk
Street.
2K16.
I just had to say her response to it. She came back. She said, "I felt like I was watching a porno."
Jesus.
She pretty much was. Really well made porn, but porn nonetheless. So yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. Any final words?
Awesome.
Pretty great. Pretty unanimous.
It's great,
Great.
amazing movie.
Graded up. Cody.
Give that 9.5.
Nice. Go 8. George.
Go 9.5. No, 9. Just
It's
9.
not a 10 after watching it 20 times. I mean, come on, man. All right. Cool. All right, so up next, we've got Avengers, Age of Ultron.
What?
I'll be brief starting here. I think it's my favorite Marvel movie.
Really?
I think so. I think I might have said it was Iron Man 2 or something like that, but I think I like Avengers more, and I'll give you one reason, and one reason only. Ultron. There you go.
Okay.
That's all you need. Ultron is so cool. He's the man. He's what HAL 9000 wishes he was. He makes HAL 9000 look like a bitch.
You need
Well,
to
I
stop.
won't go that far.
He makes HAL 9000
Stop.
look like a floppy
You
disk.
have not. You need to quit that. 2001: A Space Odyssey is one of the best movies ever made.
It's a masterpiece.
2000,
And you need to
2001
calm down.
it's a boring ass.
It makes
Talk about
it
boring.
makes-
Talk about boring.
2001 makes Spectre look like Batman and Robin.
He's right.
Is
He's
that
right.
supposed to be a put down? Because it's not.
Wait. It makes it look like shit. What's one of those movies you don't like?
Don't.
Makes it look like Iron Man 3.
How dare you? How dare you? All right. Well, okay. So I'm on the record here. Like, I love it. What do you guys think, Josh?
I love it. I think it's better than the first one.
Same.
Yeah. I think it's a really great sequel. I don't know why it's so not maybe like just underwhelming to a lot of people.
Ultron.
I'm sure Cody will tell us. But I don't know. I thought it was great. I think Ultron's a really great villain. I like how comedic he is. I think it works because of how he was created. I think Vision's a really cool character that they introduced. The action is awesome. It's a lot of fun. It feels just more weightier than the first one. It has more like emotional stakes, at least for me. I feel more invested in what's going on than the first one. And I don't know, it just feels like a bigger, better, more epic version of what the first one was setting up.
Mm-hmm. Cody.
Don't let your reactions fool, or my reactions fool you. I do like this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I do. It's just, I don't know, there's something about it I can't put my finger on. It's just,
Good, not great.
it's not bad. Yeah, it's good, not great. I like it a lot. Like, when I saw it, I had fun. I didn't have to go to the bathroom because I sweat out all of my fluids. Like, I was that invested into it. There's just something. The further I get away from watching it, it's just.
Have you seen it since you saw it in the theater?
I mean, I bought it.
Okay.
I don't know if I've watched it, but I bought it. Yes, it's just I wish I could be more articulate about this.
It's ineffable.
There's something about it that
Yeah.
it just puts me off. I don't know. It might be the fact that I'm so used to the Hollywood archetype where they're developing a character just to kill him. So I thought Hawkeye was toast, and then they go off and kill their character they just introduced,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is.
I don't know. I like that. I mean, yeah, he's not a huge character, but I liked Quicksilver, and
I did too.
They actually killed somebody and didn't bring them back. They killed a legitimate character. And
Well,
he's gone.
it's not like
Until
it's not like they killed Tony or Captain America. or
Yeah, but
something.
he was a character that was relevant and important to that story.
Yeah. Okay. Point taken. I was happy. I was just kind of happy to see Aaron Taylor Johnson eat it. I just sort of in my mind I was like, that's him. That's Godzilla. Aaron Taylor Johnson.
I love
Aaron
Aaron Taylor Johnson,
He's the worst.
and he's great.
He
He's
Aside
pretty
from
good in
Godzilla-
Kick-Ass.
He's great in Kick-Ass.
Godzilla
He's
ruins it for me.
So bad in Godzilla that
Yeah.
kind of
Other than that, like, what is bad has he done?
Godzilla's enough,
Godzilla.
I think.
It's
Yeah.
like it was so bad that it kind of taints like Kick-Ass 2 and a
everything.
little bit of Kick-Ass 1 because Kick-Ass 2 was not that great.
True. Yeah. The fact that we got the whole 2 Quicksilvers in 1 year, his Quicksilver was kind of lame in comparison.
His Quicksilver was garbage.
And by
compared
kind
to-
of, I mean a million times lamer. Like he was me levels of lame.
I think I actually liked it more than the X-Men one.
Oh
That's-
my god!
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do
I
you
haven't seen.
exist just
I
to go
haven't-
against the norm?
I haven't seen Days of Future Past since I saw it, and I loved it. But I don't know. I've seen this one more, so I have to see it again.
I love him because he's like Aaron Taylor Johnson's Quicksilver is like he's very like it's weird. He's very serious and like doom and gloomy. He's like, no, we almost died because of Tony Stark. I love my sister. But the other Quicksilver, he's just like, yeah, I know. You the cops? All right, sorry. Here's my stuff back. And he's like jumping around from a video game console to video game. Oh, I love that guy. He's
It's
great.
awesome. He's so good, and you can't deny that scene in is it the Pentagon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that seems amazing.
Wherever that slow motion scene. I can't wait for X-Men Apocalypse just because I know there's another one in there,
They said they have a scene that tops that scene with
and
him.
I'm so excited
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
because I'm super excited for X-Men Apocalypse.
Let's talk about Ultron for a second.
He's awesome.
I think you can get a great Marvel villain if you get a great, like an actually great performance, which James Spader totally brought. Like it's been said a million times before, the voice, man, the voice, and he's just this. He's huge. I just the design of him is great. He's just I've got no strings on me. Like it's a bad one, but he's just the coolest and by far my favorite. Like it's my favorite Marvel movies are the ones where I like the villains the most. Iron Man 2, you got Justin Hammer. He's this crazy fun guy, and Whiplash is pretty intimidating. Captain America, you've got the Winter Soldier's hella intimidating, and then Ultron is just he's so cool. And the Marvel movies that suffer are the ones who play it safe and don't really give any kind of nothing's intimidating about some of these guys. Like we just talked about 3 movies where the villains were either not actually villains or just forgettable. So
I just want to point out that this is the first time I've ever heard the word hella on this podcast.
oh no, I've said it multiple times before. You just ignored me.
Oh, well,
I've
it frightened me.
well, that's too hella bad for you.
I'm frightened.
I'm concerned. So yeah, what do you guys think of Ultron?
I love
love him.
Ultron. He's
He's
one of
great.
he's so fun. Like, and and some people say he's not developed well because he kind of just appears.
He's a friggin' robot.
But he's like he's learning everything at once, and that's just it works. It's maybe a cheap move in a way, but it's a smart move at the same time. It's
Okay.
like, you know what, we can, let's just create him, and this is how he's created, and this is how he learns how to do all this stuff, and it works.
Okay, can we talk about Vision?
Vision's awesome.
Dude, so I worked, like I mentioned before, I worked at the theater last summer. Might be again, I'm not sure. Might be fun. And I do this thing where if I've seen a movie, I go in and I watch the audience react to stuff.
Yeah, I do that.
So
too.
like with Inside Out, I watched audiences react to the cat scene at the end, where you go inside the cat's mind.
Spoilers.
Oh, okay.
I'm not ruining anything.
It's an end credit bit. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
it's not a part of the movie. But Cody, even you'll love it regardless. And then I went in on that. I always went on this scene with the hammer. I would stick around and not do any work for as long as I needed to be able to watch people watch the hammer scene because it's so freaking awesome.
It's great.
It's he's just sort of walking around. He's just Paul Bettany and up, just walking, and then he just turns around. Here you go. Here's your hammer. And everybody's just stunned. It's like that's so freaking cool. I don't know what the hell his powers are. I don't know anything about the guy, but for that scene alone, that's good stuff. Yeah. Joss Whedon knows how to make something. He knows cool. He knows better than I think any director out there how to make a cool moment. I wish he would come back.
He quit.
I understand why though, and I also understand why he quit Twitter because people are dicks. Yeah. Did they not realize that Black Widow's like, I'm a monster, not because she couldn't have children, but because she was a killing machine?
I don't even want to go into that. That's a whole...
That's ridiculous.
I hate people.
It's ridiculous. I remember one thing, just real quick, that it really pissed me off, where they were saying that, like, she's a damsel in distress now. You just meet her a damsel, she got captured. Oh, no.
And she did so much
stuff. And
then,
like, Mark Ruffalo said the perfect thing. He's like, I don't think she's the damsel. I think the Hulk is.
True.
I was like, yeah.
Call Mark Ruffalo. He's the best.
He's awesome.
The performances in this movie are just so cool. I mean, nothing's Academy Award nominee worthy. Like, it's nothing Oscar worthy, but I mean, these guys, they're so good. They're so good.
Yeah.
Love it. Chris, except there's no excuse for Chris Evans' hair. It's not 2003, okay? Get a real haircut, okay, man?
Hey, he's Captain America.
John Krasinski is Captain America.
But
I'm gonna keep telling myself that until it happens.
It will never happen.
I know.
And then the ending, the big battle at the end, where it lifts the city above the ground. That's awesome. It's so cool.
His plan is actually really great.
Yeah. And another person we haven't even talked about, Scarlet Witch, played by Elizabeth Olsen.
Yeah,
I love her. I don't know why. I think I love her more than anybody else. I completely am in love with her in this movie. She's amazing.
Well, she's baby girl, but
almost.
She's not that great in this. I don't care for her.
She's a little underwhelming.
She doesn't really do anything. All she does is kind of cry.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought she's so badass in the way when she when Quicksilver dies and she unleashes all that fury with her power, and that was just such a cool moment for me. And then I love Elizabeth Olsen as an actress. And then just in that scene at the end where she rips Ultron's heart out of his chest, that was amazing. I also think her accent is really good. I know some people didn't like the accents.
Yeah,
they thought they were fake. I thought they were really good.
That's like an SNL level of Russian accent. That's a Russian accent you do to make fun of a Russian person.
I don't think they were Russian though.
They were Sokovian.
They were Sokovian.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it's pretty much Russia.
Okay. Well.
Cool. Any last quick things?
It's awesome.
Yeah. All right. Grades. I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna go 9. Josh.
I'm also gonna go 9.
Cody.
I'm gonna throw in an 8.
Solid. Taking the Mason. I like it. Give 8s to everything. They don't have to commit to anything. All right, so let's wrap it up here with Ant-Man.
Okay, I forgot about this.
Cody.
I like Paul Rudd. There we go.
Oh, that's it? You don't like this?
It's just this movie was completely... I'm not going to say it was unnecessary, but it was unnecessary. Okay. It was very by the numbers. It had some really great gags, though. Like, the giant Thomas the Tank Engine was really funny.
That was funny.
That was the best. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say it. I'm just going to say it. That was the best third act of any Marvel movie ever. That was the coolest shit ever. I love that stuff. Josh, what do you think?
I really like Ant-Man. It wasn't quite as amazing as maybe it could have been, but I really enjoyed it. The plot's really simple. It is, you were saying, I think you said Incredible Hulk is basically Iron Man, story-wise, but I think this movie is, if you're going to say any movie is, this is definitely the Iron Man story, because it's, it follows it a lot of the beats. Well, I mean, you have you have the mentor villain type of thing, sort of, and you have just the suit too, and the villain gets his own version of the suit.
I'd have to think about that a little bit more, but
But I mean, it's fun.
Interesting.
Evangeline Lilly, Michael Douglas, they're all great in the movie. There's a scene at the beginning where Michael Douglas is young, and I'm convinced that they got young Michael Douglas because it looks too real.
It still looks fake.
No, it
but
doesn't. I thought it looked phenomenal.
They just did the stuff from
Benjamin
that
Button.
Tron movie.
No.
It looked way better than that. That looked like CGI. This looked real. At least to me. But I mean, it's a fun movie. Again, yeah, like the third act is really fun. The villain, Yellow Jacket, is whatever. And it's a good movie. I like it. I also I love the daughter, the little girl. She's adorable. She's really funny too. And it's really funny. Written, I think Adam McKay co-wrote the script. And I love him. And I think it was really good. I still kind of wish Edgar Wright had directed it.
That'd be a waste of talent.
No, it wouldn't. I think he would have done. He was a passion project for him.
A respectable director, a good director who actually has a style, should never do one of these movies. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but like that was his thing because it was gonna be his style.
But I'm saying is I'd rather him do something that's not related to Marvel with that style than have to conform and do a Marvel movie, which they tried to make him do, obviously. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's mad about it.
I gotta say, my only real gripe with this movie is the end. And by the end, I mean the after credits scene. It sucks because it's like, hey, guys, Winter Soldier's right here. Bucky's right here.
Look at
Because, like, I don't know, Captain America on a manhunt sounds awesome to me. Tracking down
But
Bucky.
we're gonna get that.
No, because they already found him.
Yeah, but we're gonna get that everything before that scene in Civil War.
You don't know that for sure. So
You don't know
how it
know
opens.
yeah, true. I don't know. We'll see. I guess it's remain to see. But when I saw that after credits scene, I was like, oh wow, that's the part of the story I wanted to see the most, and they're just gonna skip over it. Cool. Because they set up as like, oh, Bucky's rogue. Like the Winter Soldier is this huge threat, and he's a rogue agent. He's not affiliated with anybody. That's cool. But they just sort of. Anyways, onto the movie. I think it's a lot of fun. I hate Michael Pena like more than I should.
Really?
But he was really, really funny in
Yeah, I
this.
love him.
His scenes were just. That was like right out of Edgar Wright. That was great stuff. The humor I love. Paul Rudd is just charming as hell. You can't not like Paul Rudd
I love
physically. You just can't.
He doesn't age.
I'm trying to think of something I don't like about it, and I actually think maybe it's because I like Corey Stoll as an actor, but I thought Yellow Jacket was pretty cool.
He's fine.
But I can see what you're saying there. Some of this. Oh yeah, the thing I don't like about this is the romance.
Oh really? I actually really like the romance.
It comes out of nowhere.
But it's not. The thing is, it's not really a romance. It's just kind of a relationship that's just kind of there that could become a romance.
I don't like this relationship, and the relationship comes out of nowhere. There we go. Boom, gotcha.
I don't see it as a romance though. It's like nothing. They don't really
make out, and he's like,
yeah, that's what people do.
Well, my stars. Anyways, overall, T.I. in the movie was also pretty great too.
Yeah.
He's I'm struggling to think of something I didn't care for. I really liked a lot of stuff. Interesting. You guys any thoughts either way?
One of the things is from a visual the visual style, like how it goes between everything being small, it looks really cool. Like the CG, the way they did it, and the way they do the action with him being small, is just really cool. Which shocked me because of the director they got to replace Edgar Wright, who has a very distinctive style. But this guy, I don't remember his name. Peyton Reed is his name. He kind of did what Edgar Wright was probably planning to do, but did his own spin on it, and it worked just as well. So I think he did a really good job. I really like this movie.
Nice. Any last thoughts?
I got nothing.
Cool.
I like it.
All right, let's give it a grade then. Josh.
I'm gonna go 8.
Cool. I'm gonna hit up a 9. Cody.
I'm gonna throw it a 7.5.
Excellent. So, great. Now we're just about caught up. Well, we're all caught up. Fun. Phase 2, I think, is way more uneven than Phase 1. But actually, what quality movies do you like better, Phase 1 or 2?
I think Phase 1 is more consistent, but Phase 2 is more exciting.
2 purely for the Winter Soldier and Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I'll go 2 as well. I mean, granted, you start off with a couple of stinkers, but everything else is pretty cool and fun and all that kind of stuff. Awesome. So let's move on. And what have you guys been watching, reading, listening to this week? Josh? Josh, or as I like to say, what Star Wars thing you're going to talk about, Josh? Well,
hey,
I bought this really cool Darth Vader onesie, and some Jar Jar Binks bath salts. So
I didn't talk about Star Wars last week.
Yes, you did.
Oh wait, that's right. Never mind.
I feel like I missed so much last week. So much character development was missed by me last week.
Hold on, one of you guys go. I have to think. Let me think of something.
I'll tell you what I did. Yesterday, I went out and bought a game.
Oh boy.
Called Dark Souls 3. And it's very hard. It's very, very hard.
I can hear it in your voice.
It's kind of killing me emotionally, but I love it. I feel like I'm in like a unhealthy relationship where there's domestic violence, but I did deserve it. I bought it.
True. No. What is it? Is it an RPG? Is it a shooter?
It's an RPG. It's super Japanese.
There's a lot of octopus and stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
short skirts.
Dude, you should not short skirts, but it's weird.
Interesting.
It's gross. I love it. It's really like the whole point of the game is like it's a throwback to old video games where they used to be unforgiving.
Nice.
And would demolish you.
Yes.
So that's what this game does.
That's one of those moments where your mom comes and she's like, "Are you having fun?" Yes, I'm having fun.
Yeah, get out.
It was so much fun. This is great. Get out. I love those. I need those. Games got soft, man.
I've been playing this game for about 5 hours now. And on no more than 3 separate occasions have I said I hate this game. But I don't hate it. It's actually really good. It's really fun. And I also bought a whole pizza yesterday.
And breadsticks, as I saw from your snap.
I ate the whole thing.
Those are the best.
I ate all of it. I'm so ashamed of myself.
I did that, and I did the same thing, but watched Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince once. So you and I, we're good. That's a great movie, by the way. All right. Well, I watched some movies.
Whoa. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I also watched a movie.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, last night I went and saw this movie called Eye in the Sky. And it was great. It was really, really good. It stars Helen Mirren and Aaron Paul, who's actually good in this one, unlike in 999. It's a movie about a drone strike in some place in Africa. And it brings up the moral, the legal, and the political ramifications of drone striking a particular target. And it's really, really good up until the very, very end. And when I say very end, I actually mean the credits.
I know where you're going.
They leave it kind of like ambiguous as what the message was. Is droning bad? Is it better? Is it worse to know you're going to kill one innocent than stop something that's going to kill a whole bunch more? So it leaves it like, oh, Alan Rickman's in it, and he's like, I've seen that. You should have seen what would have happened if we didn't do this.
Wow.
And then, because, I don't know, are you guys planning on seeing this anytime soon?
I haven't even heard of it until right now.
No, I don't think so. Go ahead.
So, spoilers. The whole conflict of the plot comes from, there's this little girl in the strike zone that'll die if they do a drone strike. So it's like an hour and a half of arguing whether or not they should do the drone strike because this little girl will die if they do or not. So at the end, oh wait, not at the end. So originally they were just gonna kill. There were 3 high value targets they were trying to capture, but they couldn't get them. And then they saw that, they're gonna do a suicide bombing. If we don't stop them now, they're going to do something that'll kill a whole bunch more civilians. So they're talking about whether or not collateral damage is acceptable and what the acceptable amount is. So they do it. The little girl dies. And up till the credits, they leave it ambiguous as to whether or not drone striking was good or bad. And then when the credits start rolling, they have the little girl playing over the credits.
Ooh,
So
savage.
it was at that point that I knew the filmmakers were trying to say drones are bad, and I think that ruined the whole movie because
Interesting.
it was ambiguous enough where it could start a dialogue between both sides by being a pretty what's the word, objective representation, I guess, of a real life event or an event that actually could happen.
Has happened, probably.
Oh, absolutely. So I don't know. I did really like it. I'd probably
Interesting.
watch it again. I give it about a 8.5.
Well, I also saw some movies, one new and one that had been out and never seen before. I watched a movie called Grand Piano. Have either you guys heard of it?
Can't say
No.
that I have.
You haven't, Josh.
No.
You should, because it's written by Damien Chazelle.
Hmm.
It is about a concert pianist played by Elijah Wood, who kind of comes out of retirement after 5 years for a show, and he starts playing, and he realizes on his sheet music, somebody's written on it, it's like, hey, if you miss a note, I'm going to shoot you in the head
Jeez.
with a sniper. And he's got all the, he's got like his girlfriend in his crosshairs. So this guy, like, he's pinning Elijah Wood's character in a box. So it's crazy. Don't look it up because they kind of they sort of make it a mystery as to who the shooter is, actor wise. So if you go in not knowing, it's kind of a fun little surprise and trying to work out who it is in your mind. At least that's what it was like for me. Pretty fun thriller. I mean, it's an hour and a half. It's an easy watch. It's a fun watch. It keeps you guessing. It's tense, and there's a lot of classical music and piano music in it. So if you're into that, then you'll love the movie. I liked it a lot. And then today, I just actually recently got back from seeing Everybody Wants Some, directed by Richard Linklater, his follow-up to Boyhood, and I'm pretty sure it's my new favorite movie of the year, but I'm not quite sure.
Wow.
It's along the same lines. It's about a baseball team, or it's about a freshman who moves into a house full of baseball players at this college, of course, in Texas, because it's Linklater. And it kind of tells a story of his sort of arrival at college and, belonging somewhere. And it also is like, it's oddly enough, it's like an autobiography of 80s music. It's weird. They do that by these guys going to a bunch of different parties. Like they go to disco, they go to a country bar, and they dance the Cotton Eye Joe, which was amazing. They go to a punk show, and then they go to what was the last one? I can't really remember the last one. It was more like hippie, I guess. I don't know, it was set in 1980, so it's something like that. But it was a lot of fun. I love baseball. I love and I'm fascinated by music. The characters are great, and it stars Blake Jenner, who was up for Han Solo. Coming out of this, like the whole movie, I was like, okay, I was trying to find his Han Solo moment. The problem is that his character is sort of the vessel for the audience, so he's a little bland, which is fine. You have to have a character like that, but everybody else in the movie is just so big and crazy and interesting, and then he's just sort of like I said, he's a little bland, so that kind of hurt him. But I think this guy, if it doesn't go to Alden, I hope it goes to Blake Jenner, because he's got a lot of Han Solo to him. He's very dashing without being obnoxious, I think. And I really liked him. But yeah, I loved Everybody Got Some. Fantastic flick, just wonderful. But Josh,
Throw the movie some ratings.
Grand Piano, I'll go 8, and Everybody Wants Some. I'll probably go 10, to be honest with you.
Perfect 10.
Perfect 10, exactly.
Nice.
I loved it. I really liked it.
To give it a go.
Heck of a flick. It's in Annapolis too, which is great.
Yeah, so I love the place. That's a great little movie theater.
I don't know how you can top Boyhood, but Linklater, I think he did it. So good stuff. Josh.
Well, before I say what I was doing, Cody, may I just ask, what is your Facebook cover photo that I saw?
It is a kitty cat sitting on the Iron Throne from Game of Thrones.
Okay. I was just seeing that. I was like, what the hell is that? Anyway, okay, so what I've been doing is Star Wars related.
Probably should have said Uncharted.
I already said that last week.
Oh.
Or no, 2 weeks ago. But I started reading a new Star Wars book. I just finished Tarkin a couple weeks ago, and I've started a new book called Dark Disciple. It takes place during the Clone Wars, and it is about. I'm assuming Mason, you don't know who Asajj Ventress is.
Gesundheit.
I do.
Yeah, it's about sort of about her. It's about a Jedi named Quinlan Voss, who is after he's trying to find and get Asajj Ventress so they can get her to help them. It's after Count Dooku has already kind of dismissed her as his apprentice. So they're trying to get her to help the Jedi take down Dooku. So it's between 2 and 3, or between that part of the Clone Wars and Episode 3. And so far, it's really cool. It's really interesting. It's a really cool story. It's fun. It's very. I mean, it's already better than any of the prequels. But I like pretty much everything that has been released in that prequel era that's not the movies is better than the movies to me.
Yeah, you can't deny that.
Yeah, like the Clone Wars TV show, some of the books and the comics they've done so far. It's already, the Anakin and Obi-Wan comic so far is really good. But yeah, this is a really cool book. So if you like Star Wars, check it out. Just like all the other Star Wars books.
I definitely will not be doing that.
Also finished Room today, the book version
really?
of Room. Yeah. It's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
There's very slight changes to it.
Mason, have you seen Room yet?
No.
Where do you live? I'll be there in 40 minutes.
Oh my god. I live on the corner between happy and healthy.
No, you don't, because you haven't seen Room.
Lots of Walgreens reference, by the way. Because
For all of you German fans.
great. So that's an episode. Whew. A lot of Marvel. A lot of hate, a lot of vitriol, a lot of frustration, at least on my end, because Transformers. As if those movies didn't hurt me enough. They take my point away. But anyways, great. So next week we got Keanu, and then I'm not quite sure what comes out the week after that. Nothing.
That would be Civil War.
Yeah, nothing of note. So
Okay.
maybe we'll talk about. Oh, by the way, Prince.
Oh yeah, rip Prince.
Prince, man. Now I know what the final music's gonna be. Actually, no, I don't, because none of his music is on
Yeah, you
YouTube.
can't find it anywhere. You should just take the audio from that scene from Batman.
I know, I might. Damn. Sorry, Prince. I'll tell you. I was raised on that soundtrack. Like, he's the first pop star I've ever heard. Before Bono and Jagger and all those guys, it was Prince. It was Prince.
It's a wicked bummer. Like,
Yeah.
I never got into his music, but
Mm.
I think I can if I could find it anywhere.
Purple Rain, man. It's all
Guy does not he didn't let any of his music stream anywhere.
literally.
So you can't find it unless you buy the CD.
But now he's just gonna. We're gonna get Prince up the wazoo for the next year and a half.
You should see it. Oh my god! Like you can't go 2 feet without seeing that weird symbol.
True. So next couple weeks, Keanu, kitty, and then Civil War, which will be much less exciting, but we're gonna see it anyways.
Because no one really wants to see it here.
Really,
We're not excited for that movie.
not at all. It's gonna be a slog to get through. You can follow us at _RealFlix on Twitter. Send us an email at realflixpodcast@gmail.com. Leave us an iTunes review. That always helps. Gets the show to the next level. Because witty banter and stupid one-liners won't do it
Yeah, don't
by
you want us
ourselves.
to be
So.
famous so we can start making money? I mean, do this for free?
T-shirts.
Forever?
Get your t-shirts.
T-shirts, yeah.
Hipsters.
Need a shot glass?
Like shot glass with my face on it. Or an action figure that says how much I hate Iron Man 3.
No. It's like Woody from Toy Story. You pull a string on your back. It says, Spectre's the best thing that ever happened.
Favorite
Iron Man
movie
3
in 2010.
sucked.
Yeah, good stuff. No, I still haven't.
And then the third one would be you pull it and it goes, I'll throw it an 8 out of 10.
Or no, I still haven't seen Room.
No, I have not seen Room.
Now I just can't see it. If that happens. But anyways, follow us _Flix on Twitter. realflixpodcast@gmail.com. Blah, 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 blah. See you guys later.
Bye, guys.
Take it easy.
Iron Man 3 is amazing.
I'm
Oh,
cutting
get
this
out.
out. That you did not just say that. Bye bye.